The leadership of ActionSA this morning, led by National Chairperson and our Deputy President, also led by our esteemed members of Parliament. I see today we have Mayor Ngubeni and Hosi Letlape, who flew in from Cape Town to join us. And that Letlape, thank you so much for making the time to really join this very important occasion. Not forgetting the leadership of very important province of Gauteng, led by Tate Funzi Ngubeni, not related to Lerato. Thank you so much for hosting us in your very important province. Also not forgetting our team from the Northwest Province, the team that's doing some amazing work, led by Tate Thabo Kasi. Tate Kasi and your provincial, your secretary, Offense and Tate Thabo. Thank you so much for making the time to join us this morning. And our new member of the legislature in the Northwest, Mayor Godisan. Thank you also so much for making the time. Fellow South Africans, Dumelang. Then good morning. Fellow South Africans, when ActionSA was launched in 2020, precisely launched on the 29th of August 2020, right in the middle of COVID, just over 5 years ago, we envisaged building a party that would represent all South Africans from rural communities, townships, and to urban centers. We built this party on that vision because we understand that fixing South Africa would be impossible if we confine ourselves to speaking to certain communities at the exclusion of others. Over the past 5 years, we have invested heavily in this principle. Looking back on our work today, I'm proud and really proud of what we have achieved. ActionSA's trajectory is now defined by exceptional growth in both rural communities and urban areas and centers. The proof of this is our first by-election victory in Ward 7 in Ramotshelomoi municipality, which our national chairperson spoke about earlier on in the Northwest province in October last year, where ActionSA unseated the ANC in their historic rural stronghold. While in the heart of the city of Johannesburg, Ward 130, ActionSA nearly tripled its support to 22.66%, placing us second only behind the ANC and beating both MK and EFF. Our victory in Ward 7 relied on a simple strategy that brings us as to why we are here today: the uniting and consolidation of opposition political parties rooted in their communities. These parties, despite not having a broad national footprint, are often the most in touch with local needs and best placed to fight for the interest of their communities. For decades, our communities have endured a system broken by failed established political parties that are either incompetent, corrupt, trading broken promises, or guilty of all of the above. To bring an end to this sickness, ActionSA has made it clear that our focus is on uniting a diverse group of political parties under our Green Umbrella project, where under a single banner, we are giving communities a unified voice and a real chance to change. The residents of Ward 7 have shown that ActionSA's mission to provide South Africans across failing municipalities the opportunity to choose a different path that is indeed working. As we gather here today, we celebrate how, through our Green Umbrella project, ActionSA has grown from 91 public representatives to 141 represented across South Africa. Today marks yet another milestone in this journey, as community-rooted parties from across the provinces join under the ActionSA banner, bringing our total representation to nearly 150 public representatives. And this is just the beginning. What should be clear to all of us is that the work of fixing South Africa is bigger than any one political party or leader. This is why ActionSA continues to keep its doors open to all like-minded political parties and civic formations that share our values and commitment to building a capable and ethical state. We see what ActionSA can do when it is given a chance to lead. Many see the work that is being led by ActionSA Tshwane Executive Mayor, Dr. Nasipi Moya, to turn things around in our nation's capital. Working with our coalition partners, Dr. Moya leads a team whose work is being noticed even by her harshest scapegoats and critics. This is what ActionSA brings to local government. The moment we are building is not about power, but our partnership and about restoring faith that South Africa can still be fixed when we work side by side. It is with that I'm pleased to announce that today, ActionSA will be joined by the Azanian Independent Community Movement from the Dawood region, represented by their leader, Mr. Wasman Dibakwe. Thank you, Dibakwe. This gentleman and his party from the Northwest, for ActionSA, without going through a tedious, elaborate by-election, with immediate effect as is standing here, ActionSA is represented by additional 7 councillors in the Northwest Province. Isn't it beautiful to open the year? Absolutely. Political parties spend a fortune in running by-election. ActionSA uses a totally different model where like-minded South Africans are saying, Mr. Mashaba, we want to be part of the Green Umbrella. So that incursion in your province, Northwest Province, for your information, at the moment we had 23 councillors. As of now, we add in 7. So you're going to have 30 councillors in the Northwest Province. This is a development that is going down the history annals of our country. That a political party 5 years old is doing things that establish political parties, that keeps promises, keeps involved in corruption, enjoying the perks of international travels. ActionSA is busy building the structures. So thank you very much. And I'm also very happy and also really elated with this development. We are now joined by the Creative Congress movement led by Ntate Tshepo Mashiane. Just to really give you a sense that Mashiane, I would like you to stay, keep standing, remain standing. You know, you look at the entire world community. My wife and I have always had an opportunity to travel the world. And every time when we travel to countries that has got history, and the arts industry always plays a role. So we really very fortunate, and I'd like to really thank our DP, Dr. Bekana, for ensuring that we get our artists in this country who were in the process of forming their own political party. But when they saw the Green Umbrella project unfolding, and then said, you know, why form another political party? They'd already submitted the document to the IEC. It says, no, man, we like this green project, green umbrella project. Why form a political party? Let us really be part of this political party. And I'm really so glad to see people like Mr. William Mteto. Mr. William Mteto. I don't think if you're a South African, you can tell me you don't know Mr. William Mteto. He's our Quincy Jones of South Africa. And also supported by Method Twala. So she's known not only in South Africa, her production went all over the world. And today, our own government, and that's what makes me angry. There's a reason I'm in politics. What these fellow South Africans have achieved and done for our country over the years, for our own democratic government, that we grew up thinking that they will unleash the potential of South Africa. They've destroyed the arts industry. But through the green umbrella, the arts in this country is going to be revived. The arts industry is going to be revived so that we can get the international community come back to South Africa. And you know how we're going to do it? When ActionSA takes over the city of Johannesburg, takes over the city of Tshwane, Ekurhuleni, and others, we're going to make sure that we take back those hijacked, abandoned, derelict buildings. We're going to be rebuilding theaters so that your talents can actually be released to South Africans and people of the world. I can tell you, whether I'm biased or not, I'm happy with my biasness. If you look at the talent of our people during the dark days of our country's history, and 31 years later, our own government, elected by our own people, is the one that's responsible for destroying these people, the arts industry. So for me, I just want to assure you, it's my personal mission. I said this when I was the mayor of the city of Johannesburg, that one day, with the inner city rejuvenation plan, that one day I want, when I'm 75 or so, buy an apartment in the city of Johannesburg. I don't have to live in a big house, so that my wife and I can actually walk to a theater. My wife and I can walk to a bar and go and listen to good music. My wife and I can go and watch good shows around the corner from where we live. And this is a mission that I want to achieve in my lifetime. Being associated with people like you really gives me such hope for the future of my country, because this is the only country I have. I only have one passport, and I don't need another one. I don't need another one. And I'm glad to see Messi Pakela. Messi, you know what you used to do when I grew up? Where's our Ruba late at night? I was once Lepanzula, then Katena Kavali Heap. And looking at you, the talent that you had as a young woman in this country, the democratic government should have ensured that you go to the next level. But I think I just want to appeal to you South Africans. History is history. We learn from it, and I think it's important we mustn't forget history, because history is what's going to help us shape the future. So we must not give up. Please don't go and look for it, the longest tree to hang yourself, because we've been failed by our own government. We were failed by apartheid for almost 70 years. We were failed by colonialism for about 40 years or so. We were failed by slavery over many years, but we never gave up. So there's absolutely no reason whatsoever when we must give up under a democratic dispensation. We will mobilize South Africans to make sure that we remove this corrupt, uncaring government out of power. And people like yourselves, definitely as partners in this mission, are most welcome. Together, fellow South Africans, this partnership will see ActionSA's representation grow by 7 councillors, as I've already alluded, further expand our reach in the Northwest and establish a presence representing a movement of artists and creatives whose membership will enable ActionSA to bring their voices into decision-making, champion innovative cultural initiatives, and strengthen our connection with diverse communities across our nation. I want to thank Mr. Tsepo Mashiane and Mr. Weissman Dibakwe and Togo Twala and your entire leadership for actually accepting this. I want to thank your supporters, members and leaders who have agreed to work hand in hand with us as we prepare to deliver a 2026 local government election that will demonstrate that South Africa is indeed stronger, more united and ready to lead in municipalities across South Africa. Thank you so much, really appreciate. I think I want in front of the nation, I know the team has prepared us to sign our agreement, take this to be the signing agreement where you sign your lives away. And ActionSA is also signing its life away. Here we are really strengthening this relationship. This is not a relationship that people conceive in a bar or in a shopping or in some park somewhere. This is a relationship that it's serious about the people of South Africa. So thank you really very much. May Ngubeni can give you the opportunity to lead the signing ceremony.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I hold ActionSA, I hold it. I hold ActionSA, I hold it.
Just for the sake of correctness and completeness, I do have the 2 agreements. They're right here. The president will sign them. I'll just stand over there so that they can sign, and then we'll continue with the program. Thank you, President. The leaders of the
Can I give it to leaders signing?
and then the
Okay, I'll start this side.
Just to say that I'm not the only one with a co-surname person in the party. We do have Togo Mashiane. Togo Mashiane in our provincial chairperson in Mpumalanga, also our MPL in the Mpumalanga legislature. She's also Mam Togo Mashiane. No relation. No relation. Matthew, you should have organized a band and drum. You know what I mean? Maranatim Chacha is here. Yeah, Natim Chacha is here.
Husainamu, Hasimu, Husainamu, Hasimu, Linyalole, Hasimu, Linyalole, Hasimu, Linyalole, Hasimu,
Thank you very much. Madam Tetwa, at least you didn't say Linyalo Letata. You invoked that in me. Mr. Mashaba, when he was speaking and he's talking about ActionSA mategi, bare sethako se tjhesa monga sona. And so we are very pleased to have both of these organizations joining us, because it's a good chase, Mama. Saturday is a pina elephant. ActionSA mategi. And then you TP competition of this sort. But serious competition. You know, when Dade Mashaba was asking us whether we remember Dade Mthethwa and Osmesi, I thought, age is showing. My 2000 and age is showing. Some of us, we do definitely remember. There's a quote, colleagues, that I also always, when I'm feeling very shallow on the courage side, there is a writer, an author called Audre Lorde. Audre Lorde spoke about, she said something at the end of one of her speeches. She said, "My silence did not protect me. Your silence will not protect you." And I think it is high time that we've got notable South Africans who are saying, it is enough indeed. What has happened to our country is terrible, and it is going to take ordinary South Africans. Let's not wait for, rock stars. We don't need those. We need them, of course. We want them to be part of us. But I think if each and every South African has got a responsibility to play a part in shaping our country. And Dade Mashaba said, you've got only one passport. I don't even know if our country doesn't work out. I just want to mention something about what we are doing in Tshwane. Only because it's topical. Dade Mashaba, I listened to it this morning. People were wanting to chastise the mayor because she was going to switch off Koshimambulu. And I'm asking myself, if South Africa is really serious about security, then they must really pay. They cannot expect all of us to be paying our rates and taxes and paying our municipal rates and taxes, and then where the most dangerous of people in our country are sitting, people can go unabated, monies can just go and not pay the city. And so it's important what she is doing there, and I'm hearing people wanting to educate her about intergovernmental relations. Please listen to how she responded to them. And so we're very proud of the work that we are doing in Tshwane, and every single city in South Africa, every single municipality deserves the kind of leadership that is currently taking place there in Tshwane, and we are hoping that in these elections we will all make the right choices. With those few words, let me welcome first Dr. Litsape. You'll be very happy that we are being joined by the Azanian Independent Community Movement. I know how the word Azania is so close to your heart. So for that reason, I'm going to start with you, President Wiseman Dibakwe of the Azanian Independent Community Movement, to address us. Thank you so much. Welcome to the podium. Welcome to the party of action.
President, Deputy President, colleagues and the House at large. My name is Wiseman Dibakwe, the leader of Azanian Independent Community Movement. Leaders, this kind of a leader who doesn't believe in talking. I believe in action. Deep people will understand that better. I don't talk too much. I prefer to act. Let's talk more action. That's why. Without any waste of time, leaders as an independent community movement are proud to announce a historic mutual cooperation agreement solidifying our commitment to work together towards a better future for South Africa. It is important that in this heroic moment we must know that what leads us to this situation, because I believe that we share a very same sentiment. This partnership aims to advance the interest of our communities, promote a culture of accountability, transparency for future South Africa. It is very important sometimes when we make decisions. It must not only for us, but for the current moment. It is very important that we make decisions that it will remain for the future. Grandchildren, they will know that our grandparents were here, not only us. But if you are going to leave for the moment, that means we don't have an issue. Through this cooperation, we will advance, we will aim to advance the interest of our communities. Through the cooperation, we will collaborate on key initiatives, knowledge, expertise, and work towards a common goal of building a more prosperous, equitable society. By so saying, we invite all citizens to join in this journey to look forward for a brighter future for all. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Zimbabwe. I will now also, please wait for us. As this convention, we are going to all look the same to show that we act as one. I don't know if people remember that at some point we had our rallying call act as one. It's not gone, colleagues, those of you who remember, it's not gone. With those few words, that Tsepo Mashiane of the Creative Congress Movement, please welcome to the stage.
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Firstly, let me take this honor and thank the leadership of ActionSA, especially the President, the Deputy President, the Chairperson, and of course, the National Spokesperson who has been actually very available for us as and when we need her. Creative Congress Movement is a movement of creative citizens of South Africa. We established ourselves in 2019 at the time when we really understood that everything that is done is not for us as creatives, especially in this government. It is no secret that everyone knows how creatives in this country continue to suffer, continue to be seen as secondary or second-class citizens. It is no secret that today the people whom I work with, the leadership of CCM, are people known to this country, but they have disappeared in our eyes and ears for a simple reason that this industry and sector has been reduced to nothingness. We therefore took a conscious decision that we need to organize, like it was in the case leading up to 1994. Various sectors of society had organized themselves for a particular intention of wanting to be part of a trajectory that many of us believed was going to be a democratic country that we aspired for. But indeed today, we can tell a different story 31 years later. I'm anchored today by the legends in our industry. Mam Twala, who's a founder of Umoja, a world-class brand that we all know that represented South Africa for years. Babu William Mtetwa is here as well, and a legend. Kalar Buto Remer Zama. I think this is the time. Mam Messi Pagela told us that Amatikaya, so therefore we must get our size. And I think ActionSA is the size of the crew. We've got also Mam Trinam Kize there in the audience, and all creatives that are here.
She likes to hide.
Yeah, she likes to hide.
Please unhide.
Yeah. And we have many others of our leaders in the industry who said the Creatives Congress movement must take its part in the development of our country and be able to rise beyond all the negative. And we agree, President, that this was a man-made situation we're dealing with, and it will be corrected by men. And we'll do so because it's important for us, but also for the generations to come. So we are truly, truly appreciative of being part of this particular journey. The Green Umbrella is indeed an initiative that we will advise and encourage many who are out there like ourselves, who have seen that their role is not respected, that they join the Green Umbrella. I want to specifically speak to all the creative citizens now in our country. We know our situation. You know where you live. Local government elections are coming, and we need you to be able to see us within the Green Umbrella and make the mark under ActionSA when the time comes. And with those words, I would like to thank again ActionSA for opening up the doors and really for allowing us to be in the landscape of politics without having to go through the tedious process, President, you explained to us, of registering as a political party. But we have designed ourselves to lead the political agenda of creative citizens in South Africa. And with those words, I would like to thank you very much.
Thank you so much, President Mashiane. We are really, really grateful that you are here. Colleagues, we are about to reach the end, but I would like to ask our provincial chairperson in the Northwest, Kakapa. Hey, you are giving us in Gauteng here. Our techies are hot. You are making them very hot there by you in your province. Ndade Thabo Mkashe, to give us our closing remarks before the question and answer session.
No, thank you, Program Director. Leaders, I will start by acknowledging our President, Deputy President, National Chair, Member of Parliament, Member of Legislature, Gauteng leadership and Northwest leadership, and all protocol observed. Leaders, I would like to convey my deepest appreciation and gratitude to the two parties who have just joined us today by taking a hard decision for joining ActionSA and leaving their name Azania and Creative Movement to come and merge with ActionSA. I know, Mr. Dibagwe, it was not an easy task because you have been voted by members of Azania in 2021 government election. But you have actually sat down and take a decision for the betterment of South African to fix South Africa, to join ActionSA, and also to Mr. Teto. And other than that, leaders, there are so many political parties that you can be able to join them, but you saw it fit to join ActionSA. For that particular exercise, I would like to as I close, leaders, I would like to thank leadership for a super reflection of the gathering. Let's take our unity, idea, commitment to every community and turn them into a real change of service delivery for South Africa. Together we can move South Africa forward. I thank you, leadership.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Leading up to today, I did a couple of interviews, and I was wondering why the media wants me to do interviews when I have a press conference the next day. I was like, if I tell you what we're doing tomorrow, what's the point of the press conference? But one of the things that, words that were used was that distinction between merger and hostile takeover. I think one journalist called it, we are usurping. I said, you know, usurping has got aggression to it. We are not usurping, we are merging. I think all of these leaders who are here took a conscious decision. They were not coerced to be here. They made a free choice of joining our movement. And as I said before, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go further, go together. And so we really welcome you to the Green Umbrella. You will see that as time moves on, you will really feel like part of us, because you are now part of us. There is no distinction, and we're very grateful for the decision that you have made. Another word that was used was small. They said, you know, small, are you announcing a big one or are you announcing a small one? And I said, well, I'm not sure about small. I'm not sure why we call people small. But it's amazing how the big ones, the so-called big ones, can be so rattled by us, the smalanyana ones. And so with that, I just want to tell them, a saying I always say in the party, I say, if you think you are too small to make a difference, then you have not spent a night with a mosquito. So this mosquito is buzzing and making people uncomfortable. We shall sting up until we see the outcomes we are hoping for our country, because this is the only country that we have. Thank you also very much for your time and for your attention. We were supposed to finish an hour ago, but it is what it is. I will open now for Q&As. Please tell us where you are coming from, your name, as well as the person that you are directing the question to. I'm hoping that you are going to ask the variety of leadership that is here questions. If you do not, we will delegate to other folks who can answer the question. I'm happy to take questions now. SABC, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to take 5 hands if I have them, otherwise going once, going twice, gone. Go ahead.
Thank you so much, Nhlanhla Kgatlana with the SABC. The first one goes to Tate Masha. Local government elections are just around the corner. At some point, you said you had unfinished business in Johannesburg. Where are you in terms of Johannesburg? Will you avail yourself? Secondly, this one, I guess you can also tap in Tate Masha, is about the Northwest. A lot of political pundits and academics are saying that politically the Northwest is very fertile. But the issue is that ANC doesn't have a competitor there. What measures do you have in place to ensure that you appeal to people? I mean personally, I'm from the Northwest. You announced an organization that is joining you from Taung, if I heard it well. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, and politics is also about image, especially when elections come closer. What is it that ActionSA has done to appeal to people in the Northwest, a province with the highest level of unemployment, a province riddled with poor service delivery, municipalities there with a dire, and terrible situation. What is it that the party will offer? What have you done? And what are you going to do to appeal to people in the Northwest? Another one is, I don't know if I covered it, absorbing these political parties and not appealing to people. What does it mean, really? Absorbing these political people, political organizations. This one is from Taung, yes, it has seeds. Northwest, like I said, it's fertile. What does it really mean? I mean, if elections come and you have absorbed about 10 political parties that share the same vision, what does it really mean? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tanta. Please go ahead.
Okay. Good morning. My name is Slumo Lamudi from Kai News. I think on the Northwest question, Tanta covered me. Mr. Mashaba, I just want to find out, ActionSA has been down this road before, less than 3 years ago. What is different with this agreement that you've signed today with the two political parties? And my other question is, what kind of political parties is ActionSA looking to join forces with? Because at the beginning, Lerato said, you are calling on other political parties to join. So what's the criteria for the political parties that ActionSA wants to join forces with? And then my final question is, what does this agreement mean for the leadership of the two respective political parties? And Mr. Mashiani and Dr. Ribako can just weigh in on that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
My name is Yamtanda Kapa from News 24. To add to my colleague's last question in terms of the two parties, not just what it means for the leaders, what does it mean for the two organizations? Does the Creative Congress movement and the Azanian Independent Movement community, cease to exist from today? What does it mean? And then, what are you actually bringing to the table? What is your membership? Will it actually move the needle for ActionSA? Mr. Mashaba, would it not have been easier and more simpler to rather partner with more known parties that are already represented in councils? And then, while I also still have you, how are your chances looking in the Eastern Cape? Specifically, the two metros, the Nelson Mandela Bay, the Buffalo City Metro. I believe that it's up for grabs for anyone's taking. The two mayors, they are not performing at an optimum place. So could you please just take us through what are your chances really in Eastern Cape? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Do you mind if I whip the table? I've become very good at it. I'm going to ask Michael to answer the technical one around the criteria of who's joining us and why we want them to do that and all of that. I will allow also the two leaders to answer their own question about what is it that they are bringing to the table. I don't think that Mashaba can do that. And then I think that that Mashaba can take Zanta's questions, because yours are more broadly around why we are doing this and that there's no competition in the Northwest. That Mashaba will take that first bite. But I will ask Michael to take the ones around criteria and around the two organizations, and then also representation in councils and why this matters. I think Michael can do that technically. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. We'll respond to a few of those things. Forgive us, Lerato, if we step outside, but we've been caucusing in front and we'll divide it up between us. And as always, what isn't covered by one will be covered by others. We'll get there. Let me first help the president of our party by responding to the SABC in relation to the question of the Joburg mayoral candidate. I don't think we can continue to expect Herman to continue giving the same answer he's always given repeatedly, because ultimately it is an organizational decision. The organization is going through a recruitment process for the Johannesburg mayoral candidate, and we are going through every single consideration. We're doing that because the people of Johannesburg are desperate, and their desperation is fueled even more by the fact that their options appear to be Dada Marera or Helen Zille. And ultimately, we are committed to give them a real alternative to those leaders and their failures. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We will communicate the outcome of that decision on the 21st of February. And certainly there are ongoing discussions with Herman Mashaba as well as people who have applied for that candidature. And we will communicate this on the 21st of February. What we can say with absolute certainty is that ActionSA is going to be putting forward a candidate that gives many Joburg residents hope when all they see is despair with the candidates they currently have on offer. And as we always say, Herman Mashaba has done this before, and ActionSA will do it again in fixing Johannesburg and turning it around. In addressing the questions regarding how do we go about choosing political parties with whom to merge and to engage on this level, let me first say the question about why do we not engage more high-profile parties. We're going towards a local government election. Engaging high-profile parties that don't exist on the ground and don't have councillors is pointless. We've recently seen mergers at national level between political parties in parliament that don't have a single councillor between them. And that is a thoroughly pointless exercise, because to be successful in local government elections, you need people who are fighting community issues on the ground. The service delivery issues that if you don't have councillors, it's very hard for you to be relevant and for you to fight those fights for the residents of those municipalities. And that's why, quite frankly, I would take the 7 councillors from Mr. Dibakwe every day of the week and twice on a Sunday before I take a party in parliament that doesn't have a councillor. Because that's the people we need for this fight, and that's exactly what we're going to give. In response to your question about no alternative to the ANC in the Northwest, ask the ANC in Ramoshira Moliwa whether they have an alternative to the ANC in the Northwest. Because they thought like you may have before that by-election, and now their minds have been changed. But ultimately, ActionSA is rapidly growing. And to answer your question, good work that was being done by ActionSA in that province has been bolstered by the Forum for Service Delivery merger with ActionSA. That has given ActionSA a huge shot in the arm in the Northwest. And ActionSA is growing at that point, and I'll say this from my chair as the national chairperson. The Northwest is the second fastest province growing for ActionSA in the country. It is the place where we cannot keep up with the growth, quite frankly. And in every single way, we are very excited about what's happening there. And we will say to the people of that province, look out for ActionSA in this election, because it is growing very rapidly as the biggest alternative. But I'm also going to say this, when it comes to the subject of alternatives, whether it's in the Northwest, the Eastern Cape, or wherever you're referring to, if South Africans always vote the way they've always voted, they're always going to suffer the way they've always suffered. And voting for political parties that have been around 30, 50, 110 years, and that have failed us over that period of time, and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity. We are going to be working the ground to ensure that the residents of all these different municipalities understand that change can only come from doing something different. And ActionSA is emerging as the party that is fastest growing in that change environment. We've stayed out of the GNU. We're not compromised by the nonsense of R500 million being spent on international travel and a lack of reform taking place in our country. We've done that deliberately because we want to be an alternative. We don't want to be another co-opted, paid-for voice of a failed ANC government, and that's not what's going to take place at all. I think from my point of view, let me pause there, and the remaining questions can be answered by my colleagues. Thank you.
Martin, Robert?
Yeah.
No, thank you very much, Ntandla. I think Michael has covered the most important question why you're here. I think I've always said to the media, I'm happy to be a broken record. I think perhaps this afternoon, if I can record my response, so that anytime, and it must be on our website, when you ask who's your mayoral candidate for the city of Johannesburg, I can just send you a clip where you can listen to, because we've made it clear as ActionSA, we're looking for another Nasipi Moy, we're looking for another Kolani Kumalo. But in the event they're not available, Herman Mashaba will make himself available. So I think just really please make sure that everyone in the media knows that they don't have to really be asking questions. However, what is great about this, we've made a commitment, come the 21st of February 2026 in Soweto, where it has got the details of the venue. There's going to be a big event to announce our mayoral candidate, someone who's without any doubt finished the unfinished business that are left in the city of Johannesburg. Appeal to the Northwest. I think, Forum for Service Delivery, I'll give credit to Dr. Our Deputy President, Dr. Kekana, when he approached me last year, when he realized that we were distancing ourselves from the DA. He said, Herman, I wanted to have spoken to you before, but we're scared of your relationship with the DA. We do not want to be tainted by this blue. So now that we see that you are divorcing yourselves, so you're showing South Africa that you're an independent organization, can we talk? And that's how the Green Umbrella concept was born. Today, as I'm talking to you, just in the Northwest alone, before the signing ceremony, we had 23 councillors. Now we've got another 7 brought by Mr. Jiba. So we've got 30 councillors in the Northwest. And we are represented in the legislature by Mrs. Mudisani. So I think Northwest without any doubt. In fact, my colleagues are aware about one of my biggest dreams is to announce the mayor of Rustenburg by end of March. So the team from the Northwest, please spoil me, I really need Rustenburg, it's a very important strategic municipality for the entire Northwest. I'm not saying we're going to only focus on Northwest. I can tell you I've really shared this with even yesterday, yesterday, and I'm saying this in front of the media to say, please, we want to see Rustenburg mayoral candidate being announced and then announce the others as we go forward. Why Rustenburg? Let me tell you about Rustenburg. In the 80s, when I was paying people, going around from town to town, making sure that our country is paved, our people are looking great and proud of being black like me. Rustenburg at the time, you can go into your history books or libraries. Rustenburg was the fastest growing city in the entire world under Lucas Mawonga. The fastest growing city, and it hurts me today. I go to Rustenburg. The mining is continuing today. Platinum prices are high up, and who's making the money? The people of Northwest, people of Rustenburg are unemployed. Our government has opened our borders to international drug syndicates to come and destroy the future of our youth. And that's why we need Rustenburg to operate, because one of the key conditions of ActionSA when we run government is that undocumented foreigners are not allowed in that municipality where we govern, so that we can ensure that businesses in Rustenburg can be run by our own people. The mining industry must make sure that they employ our local people so that we can revive that. So we're really very serious about about the Northwest. Absorption of other political parties, what does it mean? It means growth of ActionSA. We had 91 before the Green Umbrella project started. We had 91 public representatives. Today, as I'm talking to you, we have 150 public representatives. We've got 150. not the people who can sing and dance. We're not looking for dancers. Remember what Mangope said, used to say at the time when he was the president. He says, he says, no, we need people who are really grounded in their communities. And, it's not a child's play for a political party with only one by-election, and we won that by-election. The rest comes through this measure of the green umbrella. That is exactly what it means. Slow from Kaya issues out. Let me deal with News 24 with these two political parties. I think it is obvious. Wiseman is giving us 7 councillors without going through a by-election. They are not going to, as of today, they're going to operate in the public as ActionSA representatives. Where they're in council, they're going to operate as ActionSA councillors. The only thing what we did, that our opposition did not realize what we do. We keep them with the IEC to keep the name so that they don't lose their seats. Because obviously if we collapse them immediately, but they will only really be in council in the IEC books as Azanian community movement. But when they speak in council, they're going to be speaking as ActionSA members. When they go out and address communities, when they launch branches for the upcoming local government elections, they're going to operate as ActionSA. But still with the IEC, keep them as Azanian community movement. That's how this whole deal is structured. And that's what took the other parties which were still fast asleep, because their focus was on stealing public monies. We focus on strategic way of ensuring that we can really grow our parties. So those parties they are represented in council. The only party that is not represented in any structure of government are the creatives. They'd already submitted their papers with the IEC, but that's when they realized the green umbrella growing at a very fast rate. And we said, guys, please don't go and add another political party to the ballot paper. Come in and join us. And their names and their credibility, their profiles, it is beyond any. They bring in so much to us as a political party, because as I've indicated, I think for me, the creative movement, I'm excited about this personally, because these are people who are well known. These are people who actually mean so much to the development of our country. So the arts industry has to, we as ActionSA, we don't have to really start from the beginning. We're going to start working when we start now focusing on the arts. We know we have professional people who are rooted in the industry itself. Slow from Kaya, you said what is different? Different in the sense that, as I've explained, these are people who are giving us councillors without going through a by-election. So you look at January 2026, there was 3 by-elections, I think last week, 3 or 4 by-elections. So parties won 4, different parties won 4 councillors. ActionSA, without going through a by-election, today in front of this nation, we've added 7 councillors. Isn't this magical? Isn't this historical? Very, you know. So, yeah, and this colleagues are, as I've already explained, they are councillors. only with the IEC, but when they speak, they mobilize the communities, they're going to mobilize the communities as members of the ActionSA. And News 24, you raised the issue of the Eastern Cape. I know obviously you've got your own personal agenda about the Eastern Cape.
From there.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, which is good. I think you know, I always say to people around this issue of undocumented foreign nationals, that people, you have a situation where your house is burning, and then in the process, a neighbor's house catches fire. And we expect that I must leave my wife and my children and go and help the neighbor next door. I don't know, it's madness. So I think what you are doing, it's actually normal human phenomenon. You've got to really look at your province. Eastern Cape is a very hard province, high levels of poverty, and all the evils that are happening. But our new provincial chairperson, working with our member of parliament, our caucus leader, Arthur Trollip, we will shortly be announcing, can assure you, Nelson Mandela Bay, we are going to contest that municipality. Buffalo City, we are going to contest that municipality, and others. So I'm not sure, media, if you are aware, sometimes you need to be reminded, and we're happy to keep reminding you. ActionSA in July, on the day when Lieutenant General Nkwanazi exposed the capture of our criminal justice system by crime syndicates and politicians, ActionSA was on a 3-day strat session. And immediately after that, we released the statement that we've just come out of a strategic session. ActionSA is not going to contest all municipalities. At the time, we had about 44, but we classified them under 3 categories. A categories are those municipalities that we are going to contest. For an example, the 3 metros in the city of Johannesburg, and probably all the municipalities in Gauteng. Nelson Mandela Bay, Buffalo City, Rustenburg, as I've said. So we will keep you abreast, but I think, I'm sure by the latest June, the party will make a decision which municipalities we're going to contest. But we are not going to contest all the municipalities. We made a mistake, and we learn from our mistakes as human beings. We're not going to repeat the same mistake, trying to be everything to everyone, because you end up being a nobody. So what we're going to do as ActionSA, municipalities we are going to contest, we are going to ensure that no one can govern without us. We're going to do everything possible to govern, make sure that they govern without us. And let me say something about the 3 metros in Gauteng. Johannesburg, Tshwane, and Ekurhuleni. These 3 metros, we are unapologetic as ActionSA. It's our mission. It's our unapologetic mission. We want to govern these 3 metros. So we're going to work hard, and we know the only way we can govern these municipalities is to work hard. And I think if you look at my track record as the mayor of the city of Johannesburg for 3 years, unfortunately, dark forces played my early departure. That is why the unfinished business. And now, look at what Dr. Nasipi Moya is doing. You know, and you remember, she inherited a broken city, the municipality that, you remember, even before taking over, said the city of Tshwane, when we analyzed it, if it was a business and we were directors of this business, we are going to call for a liquidation. But because we can't liquidate the municipality, we must fix it. And today, we are so immensely proud of the achievement of Dr. Nasiphi Moya and our coalition partners in the city of Tshwane. Because honestly, they turned around the municipality much quicker than we ever imagined. And it was not really only because of Nasiphi Moya, it was a teamwork of the coalition partners. Just that Nasiphi Moya is the leader of that. It's a team play. We are not an arrogant party. When we go into a coalition, we respect our party. It is for that reason that we want South Africans to, if they want the Tshwane miracle, or if they think it's a miracle, give us a chance. Give us a chance in the next few months when we go to elections, so that you can actually experience what governance is and turning the cities and municipality around. Thank you very much. I hope I've covered.
Yes, I think you have, President. Do we have any more questions? All right, so all of us who are at this table are available for one-on-ones, posts, press conference interviews, conversations, anything that you might wish to ask us, we are available. But I think we are done. Thank you so much for your attention. Thank you very much. Our slogan is let's fix South Africa. We are saying let us, not we will fix South Africa. We are saying let us fix South Africa. Each and every one of us individually in our little locales, we can do a lot to fix our country together. With those few words, thank you so very much. Have a beautiful day. But before that, so that we can take a photograph with our newly minted members of the Green Machine. Thank you all very
It's anticipated. I woke up this morning knowing the questions.
Can I have, where's the Funzi, the Tengashe, and we have Dr. Tabe, Mema Maseho, Uka regional chair, okay, okay. All right, please come through. Sarah, please come through. Let's take this picture. Mama, oh, skip us a single. Rashwata, skip us a guys. Skip us a DP. Hey, Mama, I put you away. I feel like you. Hey, I put you away. Please come, we need a picture.
It's too wide.
It's too wide. So,
Yeah, but maybe we do.
I think
Sometimes.